powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Jay Cohn. Breaking news on this Friday night. Big Bear Sports Center will close its doors in Billings for good.
Sources close to Big Bear Sports tell Q2 employees were called to a meeting today where they were told the store will not reopen.
Company owners Bob and Brett Taylor are not commenting on the closure tonight, although they previously told Q2 they hope they could eventually reopen.
Back on November 4th, a man drove an SUV through the front entrance of the West End store. Damage from the standoff included flooding, tear gas, and bullet holes. The man involved in the incident with police, Frank Half Jr., was shot and killed by officers during the 9-hour standoff. Big Bear Sports Center has operated in Billings since 1959. Big Bear also has a store in Great Falls. No word tonight on the status of that business. For the second time in a week, a Billings church is vandalized with disturbing graffiti. Q2's David J. is here with us tonight with more after talking with people at Grace United Methodist Church. David.
Well, Jay, Jeanelle, the church is seeing swastikas painted and messages aimed at the gay community. Last week, anti-gay literature was placed in the church. On Thursday, someone also wrote "Not Gays" on the welcoming sign in front of the church. The church members cleaned up some of the offensive messages late this afternoon. And inside, swastikas were painted on a rainbow flag and on a door. Those at the church have concerns for members and the vandals.
Our priority right now is to keep not only the groups and our congregation safe, but also to offer prayer for the people who are obviously hurting so much that they're doing so much damage and lashing out with so much damage to a group of people that our talk is that Jesus loves everyone and so do we.
Angie Buckley says Grace United Methodist Church is increasing its security measures. She also says Billings Police and the FBI are investigating. Jay, Jeanelle?
All right, thank you, David.
A 17-year-old hardened student sought for felony gun charges and threats is in custody tonight.
Authorities say that 17-year-old Udagat Burdenground turned himself in late this afternoon. Tonight he's being held at the Juvenile Detention Center here in Billings. A warrant for Burdenground was issued earlier this week after he allegedly brought a gun to Hardin High School last Friday and used it to threaten another student for her lunch money. Authorities say Burdenground stashed that gun in an art classroom before authorities did a search.
Court documents state that art teacher Nora Block then hid the gun in her desk overnight before reporting it to school officials on Saturday. All Bighorn County schools were closed today and students told to stay home. This after school officials say Burdenground took to social media last night and made threats against the high school.
The incident has rattled students, staff, and parents in the Hardin area. Q2's Samantha Harrelson traveled to Hardin today to bring us reaction.
This is my 34th year in education. All but 3 have been here in Montana. I'm a native Montanan, and in 34 years, I've never dealt with an incident involving a weapon at this level. You know, when it actually happened on Friday, we had some kids that were really scared. I think we had some concerned teachers, and we really had a lot of calls from parents, concerned parents. Do we send our kids to school? Do we not send them to school?
Superintendent Dennis Gerke says despite the worries from students and parents, the week at school went smoothly with a law enforcement presence every day. That is, until a threat was posted on social media Thursday night, and after hours of discussion with law enforcement, the decision was made to cancel school today.
Really what our ultimate goal is we want families, parents, the community, and we want the students and the staff, we want them to come to school feeling safe. That's the atmosphere we really want to establish and have established here at Hardin High School.
He says that while the incident has been hard on him and all of those within Hardin High School, he's thankful it did not turn out worse.
You know, one of our mottos here at Hardin High School is we do what is best for kids. And we really try to get all of our staff and our classified staff in our community to keep that in mind. What is best for kids? And situations like this is never what's best for kids. So we want to get back to that great attitude. We have a great student body. We have a great activity program. We have great teachers. And we really want to just get back to normal and educate kids.
Samantha Harrelson, MTN News, Hardin.
Thanks, Sammy.
Gerke tells us the Hardin School Board will likely decide at its next meeting whether or not to suspend Bird and Ground.
Both Bird and Ground and teacher Nora Block are expected to make court appearances within the next few weeks.
Federal prosecutors rested their case today against a man who's accused of trafficking women and children for sex here in Montana.
Attorneys for Terrence Edwards, though, say he was a bad boyfriend, not a pimp. Today, the defense began its case with testimony from a Washington state inmate who says Terrence Edwards brought her here to Billings to work as an escort, not a prostitute. The woman testified that she worked previously as a prostitute for a friend of Edwards, but Edwards explicitly told her not to have sex with anyone.
Prosecutors worked to discredit that witness who admitted to using heroin at the time and could not remember many details. Prosecutors say Edwards physically abused his victims, slapping one woman so hard that she bled on the seatbelt. The defense says it was simply a mean boyfriend who slapped her for looking at another man. Edwards, meanwhile, is expected to testify in his own defense when this trial resumes on Monday.
Switching gears to the weather scene, Bob, it seems we've got a monster knocking on our doors this weekend.
Yeah, do I hear that? Yeah.
Come in.
We got some rain moving in right now. This is the beginning phase of it. Let me show it to you on the Doppler radar. Take a look. You can see it just kind of had a couple of sprinkles in the Billings area. We thought that would happen. Heavier snow up by Glasgow. We got a little more snow over by Missoula and Bozeman tonight, so that's what's moving in, folks. And because of that, we have a winter storm watch basically across almost all of Montana and also a winter weather advisory. And we're looking at maybe 1 to 2 feet of snow in the Beartooth Mountains, also in some of the passes around Great Falls. And look at freezing rain and sleet up by the High Line. Maybe a 1/10 of an inch of ice expected there. As far as snowfall in the southeast, about 6 to 10 inches of snow there. And so here's how it's going to play out in the Billings area. Not much here for us right on through Saturday noontime, but then by Sunday noon, we're getting up to maybe 6 inches of snow. By the time Monday noontime, we're over 13 inches of snow, and by Tuesday, we're getting up to close to 15 inches of snow. If that all comes true, that'll be one heck of a model and one heck of a storm. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. The Montana flu season is not slowing down. In the last week, 723 new cases confirmed. That brings the total in the state to 3,289. Now, more than 420 patients were hospitalized. So far, 21 people in Montana have died from the flu this season. Yellowstone County reports 73 more cases, bringing its season total to 384. Now, this is the second hardest hit county in the state. Flathead County is reporting nearly 500 cases.
A Republican memo that claims to show anti-Trump bias by the FBI and the Department of Justice was released to the public today. The FBI and Democrats objected to the release, claiming the memo only tells part of the story. Mola Lange reports for us tonight from the White House.
President Trump headed to Florida Friday after declassifying a 4-page GOP memo. It alleges the early stages of the FBI's Russia investigation were tainted by political motivations.
I think it's terrible. You want to know the truth? I think it's a disgrace.
The memo claims FBI agents obtained multiple warrants from a FISA court to monitor Trump campaign official Carter Page. It says the warrants were based on a dossier compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele, but says the FBI did not mention Steele was working on behalf of and paid by the DNC and the Clinton campaign to the tune of about $160,000. Intelligence Chair Devin Nunes authorized the memo.
I have an obligation to the American people when we see FISA abuse. The American citizens that are represented before this court have to be protected.
Chairman Nunes says he did not coordinate with the White House or President Trump's lawyers in any way on the release of the memo. Democrats say the memo is a partisan effort to damage the credibility of the FBI and undermine Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. The Intelligence Committee's top Democrat says the FBI had revealed Steele's political ties.
This wasn't about oversight. This is about telling a political story that's helpful to the president.
Democrats have a counter memo. The White House indicated it would be willing to work with Congress for that document's release. Mola Lange, CBS News, the White House.
Former FBI Director James Comey, who was fired by President Trump, took to Twitter today and tweeted, quote, "That's it," after he saw the memo. He then went on to say the DOJ, FBI, both must keep doing their jobs.
A domino effect on Wall Street today as the Dow Jones free fall of more than 650 points dragged other markets with it. This is the biggest one-day decline since 2016, and other major businesses like Apple and ExxonMobil had their worst week in more than 2 years. This massive sell-off follows a 9-year bull market. In anticipation for tax reform, investors went on a buying spree, shooting the Dow to its peak of 26,000. Now, this drop is a natural correction, but economists say not to worry. Things should smooth out soon.
A father was led back into a Michigan courtroom in handcuffs this afternoon, but this time Randall McGraves faced a judge and contempt charges and then delivered an apology.
It came after he attempted to attack the former sports doctor accused of sexually abusing 3 of his daughters. Kenneth Craig reports.
I lost control. I apologize 100 times.
A distraught father apologized to a judge after his courtroom outburst during Larry Nasser's sentencing hearing.
I'm definitely calmed down. I'm embarrassed. I'm not here to upstage my daughters. I'm here to help them heal.
Randall Margraves was arraigned in the same courtroom where just hours earlier, for the very first time, he heard 2 of his daughters tell their stories of sexual abuse.
When I was 13, just a kid, laying on a table at MSU.
A third daughter had also accused Nasser of abuse.
Well, I'm going to have to get something.
Margraves lost control.
I want that son of a...
The judge said his outburst amounted to direct contempt, but she would not punish his behavior.
And I accept your apology on behalf of the court.
The chaos erupted on the second day of victim impact statements during Nasser's final sentencing hearing. This one centers on his assaults on athletes from the elite Twistars Gymnastics Club.
Larry, you've turned my entire universe upside down.
The tensions have been mounting over nearly 2 weeks of court hearings, where hundreds of women have recounted the trauma they suffered under the guise of medical treatments. His sentences guarantee Nasser will spend the rest of his living days behind bars. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
The father faced jail time and a fine, but was released after his arraignment.
Under Nasser's plea agreement, by the way, the final sentencing calls for a minimum of between 25 to 40 years in prison. Up next on Q2, sometimes food beats the field on Super Bowl Sunday. Check out in a moment how our community is giving back.
And coming up later in sports tonight, a big night on the AA court, including the Red Hot senior girls in first place against CMR.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green.